Bad news for Charles Leclerc at Ferrari after Vasseur's statement. As Mattia Binotto passes over the reins to Frederic Vasseur ahead of the 2023 season, Charles Leclerc hopes Ferrari won't suffer too much. Binotto resigned from Ferrari after nearly 3 decades of service in 2022, taking the blame for the team's inability to mount a championship campaign due to reliability problems, driver accidents, and puzzling strategic decisions as team principal. According to the reports from June, the Scuderia already had Vasseur's name penciled in to replace him, and now the Frenchman has made the switch from Alfa Romeo. Leclerc, who finished second in 2022 and has 3 career victories, thinks Ferrari won't be harmed by the change in management provided they can pull off a smooth transition. While Binotto is set to leave Ferrari on December 31st and be replaced by Vasseur in early January, the Monegasque is confident about the next 2023 season. "I have faith because we are putting in a lot of time in the simulator," he told Motorsport.com. "We've put in a lot of time and effort over the past year to figure out where this automobile went wrong so that we can fix it for the next year. And, of course, there's Mattia, who is currently working and attempting to aid the crew in getting ready for 2023 at the plant. The way I see it, we shouldn't have too much trouble adjusting if things are handled properly throughout the changeover. I also believe that we have been moving in the right direction and the correct approach after the 2021 season when we have been working really well and reset it a little bit from 2020, which was a challenging season. So now I know we'll have a viable vehicle by 2023. Caragiani 2022. Visible suspension changes to help with tire wear. During the middle of the 2022 season, Ferrari's F175 turned from being a quick vehicle to a tire eater. This, it was speculated by observers, was due to TD39 and the way Ferrari were compelled to make alterations to the floor, since they had been one of the teams taking a loophole in the rules that allowed for a bit more flex in the floor. It has also been speculated that the Scuderia suspension may have contributed to their tire problems. For the 2023 automobile, internally dubbed 675, this translates to some fascinating evolutions on the suspension, as stated by Formula.Uno. The 2023 model suspension has been updated to reduce tire wear, and the improvements will be quite noticeable, according to the automaker. According to the source, the newer Ferraris have been having trouble controlling wear, notably on the front axle, in the previous few races. Additionally, more generally, the usage of intermediate tires has produced substantial issues since Imola. In comparison to RB18, he said, "Wet conditions prove that it is always a mechanical issue, rather than an aerodynamic one, that causes a loss of speed and traction." Caragiani 2022. Ferrari hopes to catch up to the competition in this area as well. Ferrari decided to sack Mattia Binotto. In 2019, Mattia Binotto became the Ferrari team principal. But since joining, he has overseen the most troubled times in Ferrari's recent F1 history. It all started in 2019, when Ferrari was fined for the power unit scandal. As a result, Ferrari had 2 consecutive winless seasons in 2020 and 2021. Charles and Carlos Sainz ended the humiliating run by finishing first and second at the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix. However, the team's problems were by no means resolved. A season of high expectations for Binotto ended in disillusionment for both him and Charles Leclerc due to the numerous strategic errors and the lack of dependability. Vasseur, a French engineer and the current CEO of Sauber, will replace Binotto. Caragiani 2022. The team has been struggling with their race strategies since Binotto took charge. Ferrari's errors were almost comical. This alone, along with reliability issues, cost the team the title in 2022 for asking Sebastian Vettel to run 36 laps on used soft tires 2020 Spanish Grand Prix, or Charles's subpar Monaco GP strategy, the miscommunications in Silverstone, the tire goof-up in 2022 Brazil, etc. are just some of the many errors. Caragiani 2022. Ferrari to align team towards Charles Leclerc with Frederic Vasseur's appointment. Mattia Binotto's departure in 2022 will be one of several high-profile ones. Among them are race directors Laurent Mackay and Aiki Rueda, who are responsible for the strategies of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, respectively. Meanwhile, Frederic Vasseur, the current team principal for Alfa Romeo, has been targeted as Ferrari's replacement for Binotto, while Simone Resta, once of Ferrari and now of Haas Technical, returns to the Italian automaker to head up the team's technical strategy. The 2022 season was marred by blunders and mistakes made by Ferrari, which prevented the team from winning its first drivers' and constructors' titles in 16 years. And those in charge of Maranello want to shake things up. Caragiani 2022. Scuderia Ferrari statement. Ferrari has issued a statement denying the veracity of media reports on the status of Scuderia Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto. Ferrari published a statement on Binotto's dismissal, calling them false, while Alfa Romeo has decided on any statements on Vasseur's future. Binotto is expected to be there for the last race weekend of the season in Abu Dhabi on November 18 through 20. He will be returning to his job having missed the past 3 races at COTA, Mexico, and Brazil.